So the Suns are contenders. You know, when we talk about the Suns, they're one of the teams which every year they're good. And it seems like we need to talk about them because they're always in some big trade talks. They're always in the playoffs, and they're always one of these teams that are just consistently just there. But it has really become that the Suns are just one of the teams which is not afraid to try and to change up the script. They want to win and they want to do that by any means necessary, even if it means changing a bunch of stuff around. Because you could tell that they obviously believe that Devin Booker is a superstar caliber player, and they got Kevin Durant, which it has been proven that he's a superstar caliber player. So, in my opinion, when we look at the Suns, we have to respect them as contenders. Because even though, yes, they are kind of, a joke of a franchise sometimes, where it's like, what are you guys doing? It's like when they originally got Bradley Beal and were left with no depth. It was like, what were you guys, what are you doing? Why do you guys have two shooting guards and no point guard? But we digressed, and eventually they figured it out, you know. And I believe that the big change for them came, and it was mostly based on when they found a good bench. We've been talking a lot, but in the offseason, they signed Keita Bastia, Bol, Yuta Watanabe, etc. Like, we could keep going. They have Josh Okogie, if I'm not mistaken, right? And they also had signed Eric Gordon, which are all guys which you could put up there as some of the best, which are some of the best role players in the NBA. Like Eric Gordon is a guy who's consistently played great minutes. He shot a lot of threes, and even though after Houston, he was in the Houston Rockets, and after he left, he has been struggling with his career because you could tell that his confidence is just not there anymore as it used to. But in my opinion, we should look at this team and be like, okay, even though we do not have a great understanding of what is their ceiling and what is their floor, we at least know that they have two championship caliber players. Like last year in the playoffs, Devin Booker, I think, surprised the entire world as he literally had the performance of Jimmy Butler, just that he did it for two series straight, and his team lost, right? And that's not slight to him, because he was facing tougher teams, not because he was in the West, but because that's just how it happened for him. The Clippers with Kawhi are a way tougher team than a team like New York, and that's facts. And the Nuggets are the toughest team in the playoffs because they won the championship. Yes, that he did defeat the Celtics and the Bucks, which are two of the top teams of the NBA, and that's why you have to respect them. In my opinion, if you put Devin Booker on that Heat team with the way that he was playing, it's going to be very hard to say that they don't make it to the finals again, because he was consistently just hitting clutch shots, averaging 30, and doing everything really for that offense of the Phoenix Suns. He looked like Kobe out there, and in my opinion, if he's found a way to make his playoff scoring as easy as he scores in the regular season, then there's a problem there. I hope Bradley Beal helps with that, because I know that Bradley Beal, or at least the Washington Wizards, have been historically known for being horrible in the playoffs. So I hope that Bradley Beal can elevate his game the way they need him to. Because if we are facing, they only signed Bradley Beal to win a championship. because Chris Paul is too old. He was never going to win one with any team. And now he's with the Warriors where he might. But when we really talk about the Suns, what we really need to talk about is how possible is their championship window. You know, they have KD, they have D Book, they have Bradley Beal, they have Eric Gordon, they have DeAndre Ayton, they have all these guys, you know, Yuto Watanabe, Bol, but is that really enough to win the championship? Can you actually win against the Nuggets? Can you guard Jokic? Can you guard LeBron? Can you guard Anthony Davis? Like, what is the ceiling or the floor of this Phoenix team? And with that being said, how far can they actually go into the playoffs? In my opinion, they can go far. Very far. But I have to see it take place. You know, because when these teams come around, which just flip around their whole team just to win and keep their superstars, that's been historically shown that it just doesn't work, right? Like, the only time that that actually worked, in my opinion, that I could see was in 2019 when the Raptors flipped for Kawhi and then they instantly won, right? When the Warriors in 2017, 2016 signed KD and just literally said that they weren't going to have any depth, right? And it also worked in 2008 and 2013. But those are teams which were assembled to be great, right? In each one, you have a guard, a wing, and a big, right? Like, and you have a structure which allows you to, you know, keep good power structure, right? Like, what are you going to do with three guys who could score over 25 a game, which all want the ball, and then a big man, which is the most effective player on the team when it comes to efficiency, who also just wants a few pick and rolls a game? It's like there's not enough ball for all these players. Now, who's going to take this step down? I mean, I hope that's Bradley Beal, because he is the worst player. And my question at that point is, if Bradley Beal becomes like a Klay Thompson, you know what I'm saying? Is he really gonna be happy to just do whatever he needs to do? Because let's face it, they don't need a conventional point guard. They just need somebody like Steph who can produce offense for the team, right? And get it started. Because KD play makes enough because of his gravity, right? Devin Booker also, you know, he's got the Kobe syndrome where he doesn't like to pass, but really he could pass. And they don't need like a secure point guard. All they just need is structure. I want to see what Frank Vogel as a coach does with this team. And with the Suns, it's really all about, let's see it on the court, because seeing this team as it is with all these superstars, with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Eric Gordon, etc., DeAndre Ayton, what we really need to see with these guys is how usable is this lineup when you're on the court. Like, are you really gonna win games with this lineup? Or are you just going to keep pushing forward until you either burn out or you trade everything for assets? I have no idea. I'm not the Suns. But in my opinion, they need to figure this out. And they're going to have a great season next year.